That's strange. I don't remember leaving my computer on. Well, doesn't matter anyway, because this week we've got another comic to look at. So let's look at Aikonia. Beginning in 2010, still running as of this video, Aikonia is a fantasy comic based heavily around a school of wizards as an evil force appears, leaving the students and some of the teachers to try and sort it all out. And make your obligatory Harry Potter joke here. The story focuses on the results of an evil force being let into the world in the hopes of gaining power, though not for selfish reasons as one might assume. This force slowly begins to work its way through the school, and while most do not notice its presence, a few do begin to notice the odd changes. The characters within Aikonia do not specifically stand out within the comic, and this can be a little problematic. But there is a reason for that. There are 4 different groups that the comic flickers between, and devoting time to any one specific character would change the pace of the story. Even the main evil creature for the story is touched upon in bits, hinting at its nature and its thoughts while never outright stating anything. The 4 groups are split up like this. There's the evil creature, who doesn't actually have a name but is taken to using Ariel, the name of the human she's possessing. There's the teachers who know of the monster and are trying to stop it without its knowledge. There are a group of teachers who don't know of the monster but knows there's something suspicious. And finally there's a group of kids who get dragged into either side of good or evil as things begin to come to a head. While no one really seems to stand out, it doesn't matter as much, because the focus is placed more on the group's viewpoints, not on a single person's. The art for Aikonia is perfectly done, though there are 1 or 2 little issues I can think of, but first the positives. As stated about the art in Awkward Zombie, it looks perfect, giving details where needed while not adding anything unnecessarily. The battles and pacing of the pages is set out so that you can get a mix of the tension or mystery that follows the characters. Something I really enjoyed was the use of the changing speech bubbles for the main evil creature. As the facade breaks and exposes the monster beneath, the bubbles shift with it, becoming a dark purple instead of the normal black and white. Now a problem, at least with me, is that all the characters do look a little similar, this being due to the dress code of the school, where they're all in cloaks and only their faces can be seen, causing some slight issues when you cannot fully tell who the person is. Though I can admit it's my own problem with recognizing faces and things that doesn't help me there. I'm more used to spotting characters by clothing and not facial recognition alone. Another issue is the use of gradient backgrounds. While time-saving and effective, the background ends up half the time being just one slightly shifting colour, though there are examples of background detailing. Though the gradient backgrounds are used to express certain moments within the comic, which is clever use for them, instead of them just being an easy choice. Now, a couple of weeks ago, you may remember my little problem with the comic of Gaia, using its exposition slightly later on into the comic than maybe it should have. Well, this comic, it does it correctly, or at least to a degree that I enjoy. Aikonia has its first few pages devoted to getting the exposition out of the way, giving readers an understanding of the world and the magic, where one might expect it instead of being slightly forced, as in Gaia's. The writing from then onwards is carefully set out, leading into the next comic perfectly or rounding out the focus on one group before moving to the next. And as previously stated, Aikonia is still running as of this video, and updates on Mondays. And you know, that's all I really feel I need to say about Aikonia this week. So join me next time for another look into the wide world of webcomics. I've only got to figure out why my computer was on. It's very strange.